Rice is the daily sustenance of more human beings than any other food. But in most of the Far East, the manner of its cultivation is unchanged from that ancient time when man discovered that this remarkable plant can grow submerged underwater. These primitive methods are inefficient, wasteful of human energy. Can modern science help these people grow more rice? Two American foundations think that it can. To the dedication ceremonies early in 1962 came Mr. Diosdado Macapagal, President of the Philippines, where the Institute is located, Mr. John D. Rockefeller III, Dr. F.F. Hill, the Ford Foundation, Dr. George Harrar, President of the Rockefeller Foundation. The distinguished guests were welcomed by Dr. Robert F. Chandler of the Rockefeller Foundation, Director of the Institute. Around the central plaza are the research center buildings, library, dormitory, greenhouses, a service building, laboratories. Close to the research center are the plots of the experimental farm, diked and with an irrigation system planned for ultra-precise control. In the experimental plots, the life cycle of the rice plant can be studied under the same natural conditions as it grows in the farmer's paddy. Preparation of the soil with modern machinery is being studied in comparison with traditional motive power, the ill-tempered water buffalo. The experimental plots are planted carefully and precisely in order to gather data about the best spacing between plants and rows and about other cultivation practices, such as the use of fertilizers, an important key to increase production. Experimental weed control is with these rotary hoes. And the effectiveness of various sprays for protection against insects and diseases. In the 4 greenhouses, the rice plants can be grown under controlled temperature conditions and closely observed, as in this study of resistance to a deadly disease of rice. The entomologist can inoculate a plant with disease-carrying insects and watch them at their destructive work. Six plant growth chambers provide more completely controlled growing conditions so that day length and humidity, as well as temperature, can be varied and held within close limits. The end result of much research, the seed from a single experimental plant. The Institute's laboratories are probably the best in Southeast Asia. In the chemistry section, the plants are dried in an electric oven and ground up so they can be intensively studied for nitrogen metabolism, for the synthesis of starch, for the biochemistry of disease resistance, for grain quality, for amino acid content, and for other factors that govern yield and nutritional value. The plant physiology section studies the physical processes and growth of the rice plant. The entomologists, starting with the larvae of insects like the stem borer, rear them in the laboratory in order to study their life cycles and how to control their depredations in the field. A scientist who specializes on rice must be willing to get his hands dirty and his feet wet. For field and laboratory studies must supplement each other. Here a pathologist observes infections of blast, the most important disease of rice. In the laboratory, microscopic analysis extends the observations. Batteries of machines supply air conditioning, steam, compressed air, demineralized and distilled water, and other essential laboratory services. In the service building are complete facilities for repairing equipment and for making experimental implements and tools. The Institute's Library and Documentation Center offers researchers and students one of the world's best collections of technical literature on rice. An associated publications and conference program will make the Institute a center for dissemination of new knowledge about rice. In the dormitory facing the central plaza are dining facilities for staff and research fellows in training. There are lounges and recreation rooms, and living quarters for 60 research fellows. Through seminars and through participation in field and laboratory research directed by senior staff scientists, the Institute offers unparalleled opportunities for advanced training experience in rice improvement. If the Rice Bowl countries are to grow more rice, they urgently need many more highly qualified agricultural scientists. They need higher yielding, disease-resistant varieties and information about their management. The Institute and its staff are dedicated to the gathering of new knowledge about the rice plant and to the advanced level training of rice specialists for all the Rice Bowl countries.